In 2022, Congress held the first public hearing on UFOs in over 50 years. What if you could see them for yourself?
Hey guys, so I want to talk to you guys about how to view UFOs and UAPs in your backyard over your house. There's a lot of talk on the internet and a lot of disbelievers, and it is a very hard thing to believe. But we're going to teach you how today so you yourself can go out and you can view UFOs without the help of a task force or the government or anyone else telling you any different. Today, I'm going to tell you two ways to do it. There's an expensive way and a very inexpensive way to view these crafts. So let's talk about my camera first a little bit. This is a Lumix GH6 Panasonic camera. I had this camera sent away to have little sensors taken off of the lens, or the lens on the inside, so it can be viewed in all spectrums. It's a full spectrum camera. There's no IR or there's no ultraviolet sensor over top, so we don't block it out. Now, when we do that, we take our Olympus lens. In our Olympus lens, this is an infrared filter. So it allows the camera to see into the infrared. We just screw the lens cap on, plug it into our camera. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go outside. I'm not physically gonna do that right now. I have enough of my own videos. So we're gonna go outside. We're gonna take our stand. And we're gonna plug our camera into our stand. So now our camera is facing straight up into the sky. You're gonna go and record, and all you have to do is record for about 5 to maybe 10 minutes. And what you will see will blow your mind. Now, the easier way to do it, the least expensive way, is to go on Amazon or go to the movie theaters, get yourself a pair of these infrared glasses, or the 3D glasses. And what you're gonna do is build your little own infrared lens that you can use over your own smartphone. We're gonna cut it down to size, fold it in half, so the filters overlap each other. And you see, this is how you build your own infrared lens. So you'll take some tape, and we'll tape this together. And we're gonna take this lens, and you're gonna need a smartphone to do this. You're gonna want 60 frames per second at the very least. 120 is optimal, but I go as high as 300 frames per second at a record rate with my camera. That's why I got the camera, so I do 300 frames. Take your smartphone. And no, this isn't a smartphone. This is just a example phone I'm using for you guys. I'm recording on my smartphone. My camera's here. I can't record on that either. So then you go over, bam, now you have a lens for your phone camera. You'll take this camera and go outside, put it on record, set a timer on your watch, whatever, however you want to calculate it, your stove, just watch the clock. Just leave your phone looking into the sky for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, pick your phone up, turn it off. Then, what you're gonna have to do is go into a program such as Adobe Premiere is the one I use, and you want to upload your video to Adobe or whatever you may use, and you want to slow down time so you can go through each millisecond, the second broken down into 60 seconds, and you're gonna want to go frame by frame by frame by frame. And each frame, it'll slow down the time enough. If you have 60 to 300 frames per second camera or record equipment, and you will see flying across the screen anywhere from 1 to 50 UFOs over top of us at any given time. I'm going to do another video here, and we're going to show a clip on what it looks like on the computer when I'm clicking through the screens. Okay guys, we got Adobe Premiere up and running here now. And what I'm going to do is load up what you'd visually see if you were to do this for yourself. I have crafts flying across the screen, okay, across the Calgary sky in microseconds. As fast as the Calgary sky is, and as fast video like you can take up the sky and see the whole picture, this is how fast they were flying across the sky. And I want you to pay attention to the time on the bottom left corner here. So I went in, I opened up Adobe, I opened up my program in Adobe, I went to this bar down here, this is the timeline, and I shrunk the timeline down so I can get into the nanoseconds. So this is the seconds, this is 20 seconds here, this is the nanoseconds. So just after 21 seconds I get a UFO shooting down this side of the screen, and this is one of the fastest and biggest ones I've ever picked up. So here we go, we're gonna start going, and I'm just gonna hold it over and watch how fast, boom, shoots across the screen. That was in maybe 20 nanoseconds, so I'm gonna go back down to the time. Where can we see it again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In 21 nanoseconds, this thing can shoot across the Calgary sky. This is what it looks like. I'll send pictures in the end because the camera's not going to work like this very well. So then we'll keep going through our screen, and I keep all this stuff recorded in my little book here. And this has every time I picked up a UFO in 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So that was at our 21 second mark. Then at 23:18, supposedly I've written down here, we have another one. So I keep scrolling through. I'll turn my camera sideways. 23:18, we passed it. Let's see where, oh, there it is, right here in the sky. So here's another one shooting across the sky. And these are like long cigar cylinder shaped UFOs. Nothing moves that fast. That's going anywhere between 20,000 and maybe even like as high as maybe even 100,000 kilometers an hour. And you can only see these with the naked eye if you slow down time and you go through the nanoseconds. It's absolutely impossible by the second. They move way too fast. In the blink of an, not even the blink of an eye, they're already gone. So let's keep going through the video. And we'll go to 1 minute and 1 second. 1 minute, 1 second. So somewhere here, I'm gonna have another one. There it is. This is another style one. This is a slower UFO going through the sky. This guy is still going at really fast speeds. I'm going through the nanoseconds, but it's taking him, you know, a couple seconds, which would take an airplane minutes to do, to go across the sky. These things cannot be picked up unless they're in the infrared or the ultraviolet spectrum. You cannot just go and videotape them without like special technology. It's very rare instance. I've snapped one picture in my life, in Osoyoos, British Columbia, of 3 triangular UFOs flying through the air. And if you went onto the internet and typed in UFOs over Osoyoos, you would see the article. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up, and happy hunting. But again, this is for the people that want to believe, that already know and want like reassurances that, you know, you're not being duped. Because there's a lot of shit going on out there that doesn't make sense to anybody. Are these things to be scared of? No, they're not to be scared of. These things have been here for a long time. These things are like you live on a prison planet, and basically these are the jail wardens of the prison planet. These guys keep things running. So now it's up to us to expose these whatever you want to call them. You can call them UFOs, UAPs, extraterrestrials, reptilians, giant lizards. There's all kinds of things you can call them that are unbelievable. But again, I didn't kill myself. Just add to this video that I'm doing. There is terrible things going on in this world right now, and we're running out of time, if you know what I mean. We might have a year and a half left maybe before big things start happening, like big things. And we need the only real way out of this mess that we're in is to align ourselves with the positive extraterrestrials. The positive ones won't just come in and help us, because it would look like they were destroying us, and then we would be against them anyway. We need to basically force a public disclosure of the UFOs and the UAP phenomenons, which are not phenomenons at all. We need to force it, so each person has to do their part and take videos of these things and show people the truth. And that's the only way, because they're gonna try it. The bad guys are gonna try to enforce something on us soon in the future, and if we're not aligned with the good guys, there's not gonna be anyone to come kick the bad guys out of here. We do live in a free will universe, but it's also a prison controlled by the authoritarian group. They're, I believe, called the Old Empire. That being said, we do have an out. Stay positive. Get your cameras out. And have some fun while you're doing it. I love y'all. Why am I doing this and like coming out up front? It's because that's what we got to do, right? Like, I love my parents and my brother, and I grew up with a lot of you guys, and we had a lot of fun times growing up, and like no one could have ever imagined this, and the truth just has to get out there. You know, I love my baby girl and her kids, and you know, if there's any possible way out here, you know, someone has to sacrifice herself, or a few of us do. Your soul's eternal; it lives forever. It can't die, but it can get trapped, and you just don't want to go there. You just don't want to play with something like that. So again, man, I love all you guys, and happy hunting.